Thank you.
Well, some Democrats are now renewing calls for President Biden to pack the Supreme Court after yesterday's ruling that upheld Arizona restrictions aimed at stopping voter fraud. Senator Ed Markey says there is no time to waste. Congressman Mondaire Jones tweeting, and still some people have the nerve to question whether court expansion is necessary. Let's bring in Katie Pavlich. I think that's kind of nervy, actually, Katie, when you think about it.
It certainly is, Dana, and this is something, of course, that was brought up on the campaign trail to the president now. Joe Biden asked if he was in favor of packing the court. He never really answered that question because it's so controversial. But now Democrats, because of this ruling, are now renewing their call to solidify their power and to use the Supreme Court as just another political arm of the Democratic Party. When we've seen in the Department of Justice argued, and its own lawyers argued, that the Arizona law actually did not violate the Voting Rights Act. And so Democrats have been, for a long time been using the Supreme Court and their opinions to advocate on behalf of their political philosophy. And we've been seeing now for months a lot of pressure on Senator Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin to eliminate the filibuster in order to pack the court. They're also now calling for Justice Breyer to retire early so that President Joe Biden can replace him when they have a Democratic Senate to get whatever nominee he may appoint through the Senate. And so this is just a renewed call for Democrats to permanently solidify their political agenda through the court system. And so far, we've seen that the filibuster is not going away based on the numbers that Democrats have in the Senate. But certainly those calls will just grow louder as a result of them feeling like they lost this case from Arizona.
Yeah, Katie, good morning to you. And I was listening to political analyst Dan Eberhard. He tweeted something I thought was kind of interesting. I want to share it with you. It says, it's amazing how the Supreme Court can give just two decisions that Democrats don't like, and it immediately starts demands from the far left that Democrats pack the court. Republicans didn't act like this after the Obamacare ruling. This is pathetic. It really is. I mean, if it's 9 their way and 1 your way, it's just it becomes kind of like very political.
Yeah, and you've seen a number of justices on the court say this as well. They said, look, we don't want to be a political body. We are not a political body. Justice Breyer recently gave a speech at Harvard saying if you just continue to add justices for the sake of getting political decisions that you agree with, it will destroy the credibility of the court. Justice Ginsburg felt the same way, saying that the number of justices on the court was a good number. But Democrats aren't necessarily interested in preserving the integrity of the Senate. They're not interested in preserving the integrity of the court or the credibility. They're interested in political outcomes that they can use to, quite frankly, maintain power in Washington, D.C. for years to come. But again, going back to the ruling on Arizona that everybody on the left, the far left, is so angry about, the White House is putting out this narrative that it destroys voting rights across the country, that they need to now pass H.R. and S.R. 1, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. But the bottom line is that the Joe Biden's own Department of Justice lawyers did not argue that the law actually violated the Voting Rights Act. And so this is not something that is necessarily a win for them in terms of what his Department of Justice was arguing. And then on the other side of the California case that actually came out this week, Democrats are arguing that dark money is now going to take over elections as a result of that California law being struck down and people not having to expose their donors. And the talking point that this was conservative groups that were fighting against exposing donors. That's not necessarily true. The NAACP, the ACLU, all were against that law that got struck down. And so there's one narrative coming out of the Democratic Party in Washington, D.C., and another that is played out at the Supreme Court in terms of these rulings.
Fascinating. Katie, thank you so much. Good to have you. Thank you.